I'm back with sommelier Eric Moore, who's going to give me another boozy lesson in wine culture. Stick around. So what's our next wine?
So we are going to go to Italy a little bit by way of Australia. This is the Alluvium. It is Fiano coming from Australia. Fiano being a classic southern Italian grape variety. And this is something that I feel like is a really beautiful example of what this grape can be. I didn't go with something kind of authentic Italian because this is just a very beautiful example that I feel like gets across a lot of what I really enjoy about this wine. It's crisp, it's fresh, it's bright, has a little bit of that saline quality. You get a little bit of like light tropical fruit, a little toastiness on this wine.
Yeah, I love the tropical fruitiness of it for sure.
Yeah.
And some salinity.
Ooh. So like this is what Fiano tastes like in Italy for a lot of producers. And I think that there are really beautiful examples of people who are working with this in its indigenous area. I just really enjoy this wine, and it speaks to kind of where I've been in wine and kind of how we've gotten to this point a little bit.
So during the process of like learning about wine, are there specific grapes or processes or anything that like really caught your attention?
I mean, absolutely. I would say early on, I was captivated by bigger, bolder flavors, red wines, like warmer climate red wines. As I started learning more, things started to get a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit more focused. Moving into an Italian restaurant also kind of shifted the way that I viewed wine, going from a place that was very New World dominant to a place that was strictly Old World, and having to figure out why these wines tasted different and ways to make them, palatable for people and how to get excited about them.
Well, I worked at an Italian restaurant and that's where I learned an appreciation for like indigenous grapes, like Ruchet, for example, Grignolino, and like little small funky things that were different from Merlot and Cab, you know what I mean?
You begin to understand, regional differences, little subtle things that are really cool about Italian wine. Like me, the first time I ever had Freisa, I was kind of like, I thought all they did was Barolo and Barbaresco here. Like, why do I have to learn about other things like this? Why is this important? And then tasting those things and being able to understand, it's like, oh, like this is, history. I'm tasting, what people's families have been doing for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Yeah. Why in the short glassware?
I mean, look, wine is supposed to be fun. I don't think that we need wine glasses for everything. I don't think that, I love drinking out of any vessel that is non-conventional. So coffee mugs, solo cups, tiny little water glasses, it all works the same. You just have to drink a little quicker.
During the pandemic, Please Bring Chips did a lot of virtual cocktail classes. And because I'm a nerd and totally into it, I have 6 types of glassware at home. Also, I have no plates, so I'm not a real adult. You can drink out of the appropriate glassware for whatever beverage I'm serving you.
You're serving scotch and Glencairns, but you can't serve me pizza.
Exactly.
Understandable.
Yeah. If you were having pizza, I'm sawing off half of the box top for you.
Yeah. You got paper towels, it's all good.
But one thing that I kind of stress is that for a cocktail, I think the proper glass makes a great cocktail shine.
Yeah.
But if your cocktail sucks, then glassware's not even gonna fix it.
No.
So do what you have, use what you got.
It's the same thing with wine. There are specific glasses for specific types of wine, specific styles of wine, even specific grapes, if you will, that really work out for those, those wines. And I think that is an experience that everybody is welcome to have. Everybody, should at least have, once or twice in a lifetime. but I don't think that it's a huge focus on what you should care about when it comes to wine. And I think that's a big part of kind of striking down that elitism, that pretension. Like, was the wine good? Did you enjoy it? Those are the two questions. Like, was your glass fancy? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's not important, because that's not what you're going to remember ultimately. What you're going to remember is that you were, sitting outside of Union Market with your friends, in a parking lot after a really fun day. And you guys decided to share a bottle of white wine over ice in a solo cup.